Hi, um, this video is going to look at how data lines work. Um, you can have numerical data lines, or you can have string data, which is words. So I'm going to show you how to use string data. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is clear the screen in our program. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to create our, we're going to clear 500. Now, that sets aside enough memory to make some short data lines. If they were longer, you'd have to clear more memory. If you don't clear enough memory, you'll get an error. So our first data line, you simply just type data, and what I'm going to do is definitions, words and definitions. So I'm going to pick a few random words. Let's see here. Okay, how about a noun? A noun. Now after noun, now I'm going to put its definition. Let's see, person, place, or thing. Alright. Now our second data line will be a verb, action word. So basically we have the word and then the definition. Now I'm going to make sure I'm doing this correctly and make sure I'm doing this right. I haven't done this in a while, but we're going to start small here. So basically we're going to put for A equals 1 to 4. Okay, we have a noun. We have a word and a definition, and then a word and a definition. So the computer will read these data lines 4 times. Okay, it might be a little foggy right now, but it'll make sense. So what we do is we put read a $sign. Now you need that $sign there because it's string data. If it was numerical data like numbers in these data lines, you wouldn't have a $sign there. Okay. And what happens is the computer is going to go through the program and it's going to ignore these data lines. It's going to continue here, and then when it gets to read a $sign, it's going to, what is it going to do? It's going to come around and it's going to read the first piece of string data before the comma, and that's going to be our output. So we're going to show this by doing 2 things. We're going to print your word is and then a $sign 8. Oh, this is tricky here. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be, well, tough. I'm going to do this a different way. Well, your word is, it's going to say noun. Then we're going to Uh, drawing a blank here. Then we're going to read a $ again, and then we're going to print its definition is, and then a $. We're going to list this over again. Okay. So I think what I'm going to have to do here is change line number 5 to for A equals 1 to 2, not to 4. And then we're gonna have a little fun here, and we're gonna put B $ equals Inkies. And what that does is it's sort of like an input statement in you may know how to an input statement will wait for you to input something, and then you have to press enter. But with Inkies, you don't have to press enter, and you can make it specific. So we're just going to put if B $ equals spacebar, then 12, else 10. So it's going to run through the program, and when it gets to lines 10 and 11, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stop until you press that space bar. The only way out of the program is to either break the program or press the space bar to continue. So if you do press the space bar now, we're going to have to decide what happens after that. I think we're going to clear the screen, and then we are going to we're going to put next A, and it's going to cycle through the program one more time. Okay, and that's going to give us our second set of words here. The only problem is when it gets back to this point, if we press the space bar, we're going to get an error, because once the computer reads all 4 string data, it's going to look for more string data, and the string data won't be there, and it's going to give us an error. So I'll have to try to figure out how to fix that. But for now, we ran the program. So we are at our demonstration here. Your word is noun. Its definition is person, place, or thing. Now I can press any key on this keyboard and it's not going to do anything. But if I press the space bar, now we're going through our second set of string data. Your word is verb. Its definition is action word. So I have 2 choices. I can either break the program because I know there isn't any more data, or I can press the space bar and break the program that way and get an error. So we'll press the space bar. And actually, to tell you the truth, it didn't give me an error. It just stopped. It almost like an end. If I had put, and that was the problem I was dealing with. So I really didn't need to do anything further. And that is a short demonstration of how data lines work. just to recap one more time, you must clear enough memory, and if you're using string data, you got to put that $sign there. Okay, and it's gonna, as soon as it gets there, it's going to read the first item, and then when it gets, and then it will print your word is, and then the item it just read. That's what this $sign is. Then it's going to read $sign again, and it's going to read the definition, and it's going to print its definition is, and then the $sign will be the definition. And then when we get here, this is our little keyboard command part. The $sign equals inkies. It's actually a $sign, not an S. And if the $sign equals spacebar, then 12, which will clear the screen, and we will hit our next A, which our second, our number 2 here. So we already did 1. Okay, the first time A equals 1. But the next time around, that's why it says next A will equal 2. And this is just a way of cycling through basic programs. That's the way it's done. So if we hit spacebar, we're going to go to 12, we're going to clear the screen, and then it's going to end up here. It's not going to go through the up here. It's going to go to the next A. Now A equals 2. And it'll do the same thing for the second data line, and then when we hit our spacebar, it just ends the program. So if you could, it's a little difficult to understand, but not really. That's just how this works. So I hope you enjoyed the quick tip here, and maybe you learned something. Okay, take care.